In this video, we're going to share our top 10 tips for turning your research into a blog post. As with all writing, the most important consideration is your audience. Different blogs will have different audiences and will require you to write your post accordingly. For example, for a departmental or subject-specific blog, you will probably be able to include more technical details than for a more mainstream blog. It is important to keep your audience at the forefront of your mind during the whole writing process. Consider what they might find interesting and informative, and how you could best explain each concept to them. Before putting pen to paper, think about your key message. What are the main findings from your research that you'd like to tell people about? Focus on a particular aspect of your research that you find exciting and that you'd like to communicate. Think about the most important points you'd like to get across. It is helpful to provide some context for your work. This doesn't have to be very long, often just a short paragraph could be enough. Explain why you're working on a particular problem. If you can, relate your research to people's everyday lives and describe why your work is important. The best writers are skilled at taking readers on a journey. It is worth taking some time to think about the flow of the post and the journey you want to take the readers on. Aim to structure your post in such a way that each paragraph has a purpose and leads on to the next in a logical way. Start by asking yourself what you'd like the reader to get out of reading your post. Then consider what else you'd need to explain in order for them to understand your key points. A great way to start is to write a bullet point list that summarises each point you'd like to cover. Play around with the order and add, amend or delete these points until you've got a post structure that you're happy with. So, once you have this outline, it's time to start writing. Blog posts tend to be more informal than a research article or other formal texts, so you can inject your own personality into the writing style. Including some personal experiences can help engage the readers too. One of the most difficult parts of science communication is explaining technical concepts to a non-specialist audience. You can try to use analogies, examples, or visual explanations to assist you with this. You can also break up the text by using subheadings, highlighted quotes, or call-out boxes. Aim to keep your text as accessible as possible by avoiding colloquialisms and slang. Try to keep acronyms to a minimum and always define them on first use. You'll need a feature image for your post. Ideally, this will be something from your research. If possible, try and find something that sums up your research in just one image. If you can, add further images throughout the post to help explain concepts, show results, and keep the reader engaged. A catchy title can help to grab the reader's attention. However, it is important to avoid hype when communicating your work, so always prioritise scientific accuracy over clickbait. Most blogs also feature a short strapline, usually one sentence long, below the title. Here you can provide a bit more information about the contents of your post. Something else to consider is other types of media. You can greatly enhance a post by adding video clips, audio, or interesting visualizations. For example, you could summarise your work in a short video, interview a colleague, show experiments or code in action, or give a tour of the lab. Blog posts are generally quite short, so it's nice to provide a selection of links for readers if they are interested in finding out more. You could link to your published work, conference posters, or personal or university webpage. So, you followed steps 1 to 9 and you have your draft. What next? It's a good idea to try and read your post again with fresh eyes, so perhaps come back to it after a day or two. Have another read and see if there is anything you could improve. It can also be valuable to ask for feedback from a friend or colleague. Ideally, the person would fit the demographic of your intended audience, so could spot anything that needs further explanation. You should now be ready to submit your post. Good luck, and happy writing!